What's up YouTube? This is Power Surge, and today I want to give you another advice video for the servers and waiters out there. I have an article here that talks about how being a waitress or a waiter can be one of the most stressful jobs out there. So I'm not going to go into the details of the article, but basically it talks about how serving sucks and it's stressful. So I want to give you some pointers that I've learned being a server for a long time that have helped me make more money and be less stressed out at work and get through this hard job with a good amount of money in my pocket. There was a scenario tonight, for example, where somebody no-called, no-showed. They just didn't show up. I got swamped, but it turned out to be in my benefit because I kept my cool and I got a little bit of skrill for it. If that person showed up, I would have made all this money. I made about $35 or $40 an hour tonight because I was busy. And to make good money, you gotta be busy as a server. So let's talk about how you can deal with stress as a server. And stay tuned till the end because I'm gonna give you an extra tip that I learned tonight, which helped me earn a huge tip on one of my tables. Number one, very important, I think I've talked about this in other videos, you have to fake it to make it as a server. It's so important. One slip up with your customer or a rude talk back to them, even a bad tone of voice or snarky remark can cost you pretty much the whole tip. If they dislike you over that one comment, you're screwed. If you do this with your management, it can be just as bad. If you say one mean thing to a manager, it often takes them months before they let it go, and they will treat you like crap and make your life very hard because they resent you for that one thing you said or did in the past. While you're at work, fake it to make it. No matter how stressed you get, this is what I gotta tell you. Fake it to make it with your bosses, with your coworkers. If it's not nice, don't say it. If your bosses are picking on you at work, if your customers hate you, that makes you more stressed in the heat of the moment. So before you even leave your house, do a pre-work check before you go. Make sure you have your ID card for work so that you can clock in and stuff. I put a sticker on mine so that I can differentiate my ID card from other employees. Make sure you have a lighter or two. I bring 2 lighters because a lot of times someone doesn't have one and you can lend them a lighter to light birthday candles or even open a beer if you need to with it. A wine key or a bottle opener thing, a little small one like this is so awesome. You need this when you open wine bottles at the table. Bring that in your apron. Pens. Make sure you don't leave the house without like at least 5 pens. 4 pens is dangerously low. 5 or 6 pens. Bring a notepad, something to write on. This is important. You're gonna need to bring your notepad. Make sure you have your apron, of course. You don't wanna drive home for your apron. And your super uncool but safe slip protecting shoes that are gonna help you not fall. And most restaurants require that you have slip protecting shoes. And of course, before I go into work, I like to spray cologne, a nice clean smell on my forearms and a little bit on my neck. That way when my hands go past the customer's table and I set things down, there's a sweet clean smell on my arm. And make sure you leave your house on time, because if you get to work late, this is just stress on top of stress. If you're late and unprepared, it starts your night crappy. You're not gonna be able to handle the actual stress because you're unprepared. I always leave 30 minutes early. I just have this mindset where if I have to work at 4 p.m. is when I start taking a shower, maybe relaxing, eat a snack, brush my teeth, get my clothes ready, make sure they're all good to go. And I leave the house 30 minutes before I have to be at work, and I only work about 1.5 miles away from here. Just in case traffic is bad, because at 5 p.m. there's traffic, I leave a half an hour early, so leave early. Now, when you're at the restaurant and you're under pressure, you're sweating bullets, things are starting to cave in, what you need to remember to reduce your stress is stop for 1 second while you're multitasking. Hold up and fill your lungs with air and exhale. You need to breathe and kind of chill for a second, because when you're moving fast, you're getting stressed, you're gonna move too quick and you're gonna screw up. The faster you move, the more likely you are to mess things up. And as your brain gets flustered, you start to break down and you have the biological reaction. Your body starts to feel hot, it starts to feel stressed, you have chest pains, you get flustered. It's a terrible feeling when you're overwhelmed as a waiter. People have nightmares about it, call them wait mares. You need to take a deep breath to control that symptom. That is a symptom of serving. So breathe and use that breath to maybe look at your notepad real quick, make sure you have what you need to, or collect your thoughts of all the things you need to do. Take that breath and think, okay, I need to get these drinks, I need to get this person's bill, I need to make sure their food went in, I need to double check on this table, and execute those tasks in the order you planned them out during that breath. It's really important that you take a short moment to breathe and kind of clarify the tasks ahead of you so that you can get them done quick. I talked before about bringing a notepad, and this is critical. You do want to bring a notepad and you want to use it. You can try to be cool by playing things off of memory. A lot of the times, if you have 1 or 2 peoples, they're regulars, you can remember what they're going to get. But you need a notepad because when you have 8, 10 people, there's no way you can possibly remember every detail of their order. The notepad is going to be your Bible. When you're at the computer, you need to be able to recall what people wanted, every little detail. So use the notepad, write every detail down, and customize a way that you are comfortable writing shortened versions of each thing on the item. For water, a W, a Coke, C. If it's a salad, just write ITL. That's the dressing they want. So you can develop a system of writing things quickly, but you need the notepad. Bring that notepad. It will save you a lot of stress, because if you can't remember what someone ordered, you have to go back to their table. You look like an idiot. As a server, you need to learn to control your speed dial. So when you're in the back of the restaurant, you need to move quickly, like take large steps and move fast, but do not run. Do not bump into people and knock stuff over, but you need to move real quick in the back. When customers don't see you, you gotta have that fast speed. When you're on the floor, or when you are at the table, you need to move incredibly slow when you set things down. This shows confidence if you move real slow and precise in your movements. People just think that you're confident because you're moving slow. Develop that speed dial. Move super quick in the kitchen, get stuff done, get what you need, boom, slow motion at the table. It's very important you learn to manage that speed dial. If you crank your speed dial to 11 and you start running and sprinting and dashing through the kitchen or the restaurant, you're gonna bump into a customer, a busboy, a cook. You may get something hot spilled on you, or you may break plates. So whatever you do, never turn the speed dial all the way up to 11. It's not track and field, it's a restaurant. Next, to deal with stress, you are going to eventually need to ask people for help. I am one of those people that don't really like to ask for help. I want to do everything myself. I want to run my own food, but I cannot always handle everything. Today, the scenario came up where someone no called, no showed. I had an entire section by myself. All of a sudden, I keep getting more new tables all at the same time because nobody communicated to the host that I'm alone back here. So I got swamped, right? I get 3 tables at the same time. They're big groups. I asked the girl with the headset, tell them up front to stop seating me for a little bit. I don't have anyone in my room. They don't even know that up front. Then I asked her, please, can you just grab me an iced tea, a bread, and this and that? And the girl who was hostessing was happy to do that for me. Her little catch up and communication saved me a lot of time. I didn't have to go to the front and tell the hostess myself. She communicated it through the radio. Then she helped me catch up by grabbing me a few drinks. Things like that, communicating, asking for help, they'll really help you catch up. And 90% of the time, somebody can help you. There's those rare occasions like Christmas Eve where everyone has just sweat dripping from their face, so stressed, so swamped. It is a hard night and they cannot help you, okay? That's maybe a 10% of the time scenario, but 90% of the time, a busboy, a manager, another server, or a hostess can grab you something to buy you time. Then you take a deep breath. Also, it's super important that you attack future stressful situations instantly. So if you, for example, have a large party that's coming in, if you know a group is coming in at 6 p.m. for your tables and you need about 15 people, you should get 7 or 8 waters ready in the back. Just sit them to somewhere on a tray way before they get there. Or when you see them start to sit down, the first thing you should do when they start walking in, start prepping 7, 8 waters, because those waters will be used to go with an alcoholic drink or someone who just wants water. So by prepping the waters, you're attacking their drink order ahead of schedule. Another example is if you have time in the beginning of the night and it's slow, a lot of people just linger, they talk amongst each other. Do your side work. If you have to roll silverware or something, you should bust out that silverware in the first 30 or 40 minutes of the night so you don't have to think about it at 9 p.m. when you want to go home. So attack your future stress in the now. That is probably the most helpful way to avoid stress as a server. Another thing, avoid socializing in the back. People love to socialize with each other, and you should be cool with your coworkers and chat it up with them and stuff. But for the most part, be working while you're talking and focus on work. They don't always take their job seriously, and they'll make less money because of it. Your job is to go to the restaurant, get in and out of there as fast as possible, and to make as much money as you can, and not to screw around talking. Talking can be a huge distraction. It'll make you forget what your tables want. It can make you ignore things you need to do in the moment, or make you put off your side work or things you should do to get yourself ahead for the future. Be nice to your coworkers, but just work, dude. Get in and out. Get that paper. Do your best to communicate and confirm your orders clearly. When you're with the customer, confirm what they just ordered right before you leave. If you're not sure about something and there's a detail that you may not know if they like this or if they're allergic to that and it's an ingredient, perhaps you gotta go there and delete the wonder. We call it in my restaurant. You gotta delete the wonder if they wanted that. So go to the table, tell the customer, hey, I'm not 100% sure if this is what you wanted, so I'm here to clarify. And that'll help you, because when you screw up an order, people hate it. That's like the worst case scenario. It adds the most stress. So confirm the order with the customer, and when you're putting the order in the computer, people may talk to you or may need to use the computer too and stand by you, be like, are you done? Dude, just put it in, don't talk to anybody. Like, sit there, you have the computer, put the stuff in, this is your time. Don't talk to the other servers. Don't rush because someone else is there pushing you off the computer. You gotta put an order in right. If you screw it up, the customer's food is wrong. Stress. All right, here's for the bonus tip that's gonna get you more tips. Thanks for sticking around. I know it's a long video. When you drop the bill at the end of the night, most restaurants offer some kind of discount to Auto Club members, AARP, military, senior citizens. When you drop the bill, especially for large parties, say, hey folks, is anyone here a member of the AARP or military? If so, I can reduce the bill a little bit for you. By saying that, if you actually get someone in the group that gets a discount, they will give you so much more tip because you just took a big % off their bill. A lot of that goes towards your tip. I hope you found this video helpful. Don't stress out at work. Don't stress out if you're a server. Thank you for watching. Please smash that like button. Go ahead, leave a comment. This video was made specifically for a commenter on my last server tips video. I appreciate your feedback. And as always, have a great day.